Well, look, I want to move on a little bit now as well, because Sophie, you had a sensational story in the Australian last night, but in today's print edition. I want you to tell us a little bit about it, pertaining to an email from management I thought was pretty cheeky.
So in the front page of the Australian, Jack, today, I had a story where the ABC's management, one of their editorial managers, Mark Maley, and also ABC high-profile journalist Leigh Sales, have put together this email to explain to staff that the Uluru Statement from the Heart is one-page document. They've put cold water over Peta Credlin's reporting and said it is false that it is 26 pages. So anyone who comes on ABC and says, it's more than one page, Leigh Sales has written out a script for staff with exactly what they need to say if anyone tries to contest this. And so basically, the ABC are taking a view that the Uluru Statement is one page. Now, why is the public broadcaster taking a political view in a public debate? They're meant to be impartial. They're meant to be neutral. I suggest anyone who hasn't read the story to go to the Australian website today and check it out. I think this is really concerning. The ABC are dictating to staff how to handle debate and how to shut it down.
Yeah, two really interesting things that jump to my mind from that. First of all, they are taking a position in a political debate. So Peter Dutton says this is a real document, it exists, and it outlines across 26 pages the background and all this relevant information to the formation of the Uluru Statement to Heart. And Anthony Albanese disagrees. So the ABC has sided with Labor over this.
Are you surprised, Jack, though, that the ABC has sided with Labor?
Not at all.
And that is a big problem for them. And this is why people lose faith in the public broadcaster, because they take a partisan view.
And I'd also be interested in your thoughts on some of the rationale that they had with why it's not a document. I noticed there was a line there in your reporting about how they said the document is just minutes from meetings.
I thought that was just absolutely bizarre. It's factually not right. It's not meeting minutes, but they've put that out in the email. They've sent that to all staff. Now it's circulated to thousands of people in the ABC who are putting out content day in, day out. I think the ABC really did themselves a disservice. I think they'll be pretty unhappy this email was leaked to the Australian. And I think now every time we hear them on the radio, or Patricia Karvelis or any of the high-profile hosts, this issue comes up, is she going to read Leigh Sales' script word for word? I mean, that's embarrassing for the presenters and journalists themselves who are meant to be objective.
Yeah, and who's running it as well? I mean, does Leigh Sales have the editorial authority to dictate to journalists how they field questions? And look, James, what do you think about the ABC clearly siding with Labor over a contested political debate?
Yeah, it's so, like, the ABC can come out and say, oh, it's just a helpful guide for journalists if they're ever in that position. But it's not. It is clearly a line. And pray for Paul Barry next time he's in the ABC cafeteria. Now, there's a specific call to action. He must be corrected. Like, people are going to be crash tackling him from to the ground, trying to say, actually, that's not how you need to report on the Uluru Statement. So it is, because of the way this debate is going, it is now a political issue. The ABC are saying one side of this is correct, one side of this is incorrect and must be corrected at any point of any time it comes up. That's every side of politics is funding the ABC. No matter what party you vote for, you're helping fund the ABC. And the ABC is saying for 50% of you, on the two-party preferred, 50% of you, we are not going to entertain how you think about things. We are going to enforce the one line.
Yeah, and Sophie, what do you think the view is from the reporters on the ground who kind of get this, I would argue, a very condescending marching orders that you have to interpret this way, this is the ABC stance? Why does the ABC have a stance on a debate at all?
Well, they shouldn't have a stance, Jack. And there is an undercurrent at the ABC of people who are not happy with these high-profile journalists running the ABC. David Anderson is the top dog. The buck stops with him. This is really problematic, but I will point out, Paul Barry, as James said, he said on Media Watch this week that Peta Credlin's reporting that the Uluru Statement was 26 pages should have been marked as disputed, not false information. So points to Paul Barry for saying this is debatable. It is a debate.
Well, I've reviewed the document and it's sequentially numbered. It has contextual continuity with page 1. It's numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 26. It does not contain minutes from meetings. It's formally referenced a proper document. To say that it's not a document, it's titled the Uluru Statement to Heart, is absolutely absurd.